Everyone, welcome to today's Leadership and Transformation Cast. It's good to have you joining with us. We've been discovering our good call. What does it mean for God to call you and me? And how does that help us to help shape us as leaders, transform us as people, transform the communities and organizations that we participate in and with and often lead and serve? Today, I want to shift from where we have been. We've been talking about calling and our baptismal identity and vocation. You are called by name. The prophet Isaiah says, we moved into clarity. The Gospel of John, you did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you to go and bear fruit. Today, I want to move into character. Character, what does it mean for us to be fully integrated, whole and holy people, individuals, communities? What does it mean for us to think about our character? I talk a lot about trust in these videos, particularly in the Leadership and Transformation cast, as well as others. I did a whole series on moral leadership that really revolved around trust. And so a lot of the things I say today will relate back to that. When we talk about character, we are talking about what does it mean for us to be a whole, united individual. So much of our lives are spent disintegrated. So much of who we are is a facade, is a mask, is warrior armor that we put over ourselves that does not reveal the true self, but instead is the false self or false selves at work in us and through us. And what God wants is for us to realize who we are. We are created, we are called by name. God claims us. And in that, that creates a clarity regarding who we are, our purposes, our intentions, what we're here for, what we're on mission here in this life for. And so that sense of call and that sense of clarity should then move into character. I am becoming who God created me to be. I am becoming and living out who God called me to be. I am clear about that. And so instead of disintegration, I can be integrated. I can be a whole self. I can be one person rather than double minded or double tongued or triple minded or triple tongued or however many different personas and identities that you wear. What if you were integrated and became one human being rather than multiple characters? You have one character that you are. Integration creates this wholeness in us rather than compartmentalization that so many of us do. We become whole, and in that wholeness, friends, we truly become set apart. That word set apart is a synonym for the Greek word that is holiness or sacredness. This deep sense that you and I are sacred, are holy. Our holiness actually comes out of our wholeness, out of our integrity, out of our character. When we are clear about who we are, when we have clarity around our call and creation, all of a sudden we are the person that God made us to be. We walk around our lives as full, authentic self. We embrace that self. And as such, we become truly holy, sacred, set apart, not profane, not common. Common is disintegrated, common is chaotic. Holy is wow, look at you, integrated, fully whole. So I want you to think about where are the places where you feel misaligned? Where are the places where you feel divided? Where are the places that seem to pull you apart? And what does it mean for you to get clear about who God is, how God has created you, how God has called you, how God is appointing you to bear fruit? Because, friends, whoever walks in integrity walks securely. You and I live in a world that is full of fear, full of anxiety, full of suspicion. And we're all looking for some level of safety and security. Proverbs 10:9 says, whoever walks in integrity walks securely. Friends, ultimately, our own safety, our own security comes from being one, being whole. It creates this holiness in us that exudes out of us when we are integrated as one called, created human being by God. My hope is that you can examine these places of misalignment and begin to point yourself, orient yourself towards character, towards being a person of trust, integrity, wholeness, and holiness. Thanks for joining me today. It's been great doing this Good Call series with you, and I will see you next Thursday for more about this good call, and hopefully you'll join Pastor Danny tomorrow for the sermon preview for this coming weekend for Easter. Thanks, everyone.